So when you look at these three examples with Tyson Gypsy King Fury and Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, Anthony AJ Joshua, those punches were actually legal.
Hi, this is Joe Cortez. You're watching ShowBizz, the adult.
Oh, this is Bernard Hopkins, ShowBizz, the adult. I'm out.
Oops. Up off net. Up off net. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, the adult. Alright, man, look. So, let's talk about rabbit punches. Oops. Hey, man, look. Let's get to the video. First, I want to say this. Tomorrow, that's Thursday, July 8th, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, I will be having my third debate with Jeremy C. Harridges. That's right. Jeremy C. Harridges, you all know him for his great interview that's, going all over the place right now. His interview with Big Baby. We've had 2 debates prior. He's a good adversary of the ShowBizz the adult community, and he's a good friend. ShowBizz the mug, if you don't get your black, 2 sugars. Also, I will be going live for my live stream commentary for the Usman and Masvidal fight this Saturday, July 11th. So everybody come by. You all know that I placed that $2,000 bet. I've done that video. Please check it out. I bet $2,000 on Usman. So my stomach will be in knots. If you guys want to see me lose, win, my reaction and my commentary, please come by. Black 2 sugars. Now, I made that bet on busr.com/ShowBizz. Make sure you go by there, get your 20% off. Create your accounts at least, because this is what we do. We have fun with combat sports and we see if we can pick up a little extra money in the meantime. Now, let's discuss the topic. I've been receiving, DMs and a few emails over the past couple of weeks from show business partners in this community. Brought up a few things, and one of the things that has been mentioned time and time again is the rabbit punches, okay? And there's, quite frankly, some concern from Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder fans when it comes to this third fight with Tyson Gypsy King Fury, what to look out for. A lot of people worried about the gloves, worried about cheating tactics, one of that being the rabbit punches. So I wanted to discuss that, the rabbit punches in particular. Now, as you all know, I am good friends with who I think is the best referee that's active. I really think this guy's the best referee in the world, and that's Steve Willis. I've had conversations with Steve Willis, and my take on the rabbit punches in that fight, specifically with Tyson the Gypsy King Fury and Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, I've had my take, and Steve Willis, he agrees, okay? And he's actually broken it down a little bit further to me to help me grow in knowledge. So thank you so much, Steve Willis. The reason why I brought up Steve Willis and my conversation with him is because I want you all to understand that my take is accompanied by, a professional, a great referee in Steve Willis. Now, when it comes to rabbit punching, they're illegal, okay? And they're illegal for a good reason. You can definitely hurt somebody permanently. Okay, you can really damage somebody, and rabbit punches should be illegal. And by definition, a rabbit punch is when you're landing punches behind the ear, back of the head. Anything from behind the ear on, those punches are illegal. Now, if you look at Tyson Gypsy King Fury, the punch that knocked down Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, that was a punch behind the ear. And Tyson Fury isn't the only one that has done this. If you look at Deontay, the soft spot of the head is going to drop you immediately. And it did for Tyson Gypsy King Fury. And Deontay Wilder is one hell of a puncher. Also, when you look at Anthony AJ Joshua against Andy Ruiz, if you look at the punch that hurt him, the punch landed around the ear, like behind the ear a bit, back of the head, and knocked off his equilibrium for the rest of the fight. So punches behind the ear are extremely significant, okay, and it can really do damage on the opponent. ShowBizz the mug, if you don't get your black 2 sugars. Yeah, I'm loving this coffee, by the way. But the question is this, though rabbit punches are illegal, were those punches illegal? Why didn't the ref say anything? Now here's my take. Those punches weren't illegal, though the punches landed behind the ear, and this is why. Quite frankly, those punches by Tyson Gypsy King Fury, by Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, and by Andy Ruiz, those punches weren't deliberate. And let me show you what deliberate punch behind the head is. When you look at the fight between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Wepner was landing some good shots on Muhammad Ali behind his ear. Now Muhammad Ali, he got fed up. The referee wasn't saying enough, and he decided to take the matters in his own hands, hitting Chuck Wepner behind his head a few times and say, hey, look, if you're not going to stop this, then I'm going to make sure Chuck Wepner doesn't do it on me. He's going to see what it feels like. That's what happens when the referee doesn't get involved. You'll have some payback and some deliberate rabbit punches if it's landed on you consistently. But that's not what I see here when it comes to these 3 examples. In professional boxing, there is something called protect yourself at all times. You must protect yourself at all times. For example, when you think of Victor Ortiz versus Floyd Mayweather, a lot of people saw this as a sucker punch. You can call it whatever. It was a legal punch. Why? Because Ortiz didn't protect himself at all times. The fight was on. He had his hands down. Floyd Money Mayweather took advantage. And if you want, you can call it bad taste. We all know that Floyd Money Mayweather was irritated at the moment because Victor Ortiz was headbutting Floyd Money Mayweather, which is very much illegal, and the referee warned Victor Ortiz he was doing some other dirty tactics. So Floyd Money Mayweather did purposely take advantage of that situation, and he caught Ortiz with a left hook, but it was legal. So when you look at these 3 examples with Tyson Gypsy King Fury and Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, Anthony AJ Joshua, those punches were actually legal. Why? Because they were throwing punches and their opponent turned their head. They didn't protect themselves at all times. If you're throwing a punch and your opponent decides to expose the back of his head, you cannot stop your punching motion. Where the punch lands, it lands, and the referees understand this. This is a common sense thing. And when something like this happens, it's not an illegal punch. I know this is a funny example, but this guy here, that is not on the opponent, that is on him. Him running away, turning his head. If there are any punches that lands on his back, the back of his head, that would be on him. I'm not saying what happened to Wilder, Fury, and Joshua was this bad, but they did turn their heads, and their opponent couldn't stop their punching motion, and that's where it landed. So though the punches landed behind the ear, back of the head, those punches were not illegal. I do understand being a fan. I do understand being irritated by this. If you are a Wilder fan, then you think that Tyson Gypsy King Fury was being dirty. If you are a Fury fan, then you think Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder right here was being dirty. And if you are an Anthony AJ Joshua fan, you think Andy Ruiz right here was being dirty. When the truth is, all of those punches were legal, which is why the referee didn't come in, deduct a point, or even give a warning. Now, if you don't like it, it's okay, but those are the facts. Let me know how you feel in the comments below, and ShowBizz the Adult, I'm out. Huh.